When you're looking to correct anxiety, it's important to remember that there's more than one underlying cause for anxiety. So you really don't want to use like a remedy for anxiety, because the remedy that could help one person improve their anxiety can make another person's anxiety much, much worse. So it's really important to look at your bio-individuality and get an idea of what the most likely underlying cause or causes for your anxiety is. So if you haven't watched it already, be sure to watch our video on the 4 underlying causes of anxiety to understand all those underlying causes before we go through this and talk about the ways to improve those underlying causes so you can improve your anxiety. So in this video, we're going to talk about improving them. So if you haven't already watched the video on the underlying causes, go back now. We'll find the link in the description below this video so you can understand those underlying causes before we talk about how to fix them. Now, if you've already done that, let's jump into how to correct the underlying causes of anxiety and panic attacks.
TC Hale is not a doctor and does not claim to be a doctor or licensed in any type of medical field. Don't be an idiot and use anything heard on the show as medical advice. This information should be used for educational purposes only, and you should contact your doctor for any medical advice. Now get off me.
So the first underlying cause that we'll talk about improving here is that oxygen utilization issues due to the overly alkaline blood. So remember, you would have already checked your breath rate, and you would have already found that breath rate is lower than 12. So you'd have had less than 12 inhales in a minute, and that can be a strong indication that your blood is leaning a little bit too alkaline and that oxygen can't get down to the tissues like it needs to for it to function correctly. So what we want to do, if this is the case, is we want to see if we can help acidify that blood a little bit to balance things out so that oxygen can then be utilized correctly. So the first thing you want to do is, if you're on like an alkaline diet or taking some type of alkalizing supplements or drinking alkaline water, just stop it. Just stop doing that. Don't do that anymore. If you don't understand why, we'll put a link in the description below this video for our video on the truth about pH balance. Now, there are benefits that people can find from trying to make their blood a little more alkaline when it's leaning too acidic. But if you're having this issue with a low breath rate, you're making things much worse. So that's the first thing you want to do. Get rid of that. The second thing you could do is drink some carbonated water away from food. It's best to drink it away from food, but the carbonated water contains CO2 that can help acidify your blood a little bit. So see if you can get a little bit of carbonated water in each day, and it'll start moving in the right direction. The next thing you want to do is, if you have any insulin resistance issues, you want to take steps to correct those. So if your fasting blood sugar was over 100, that's a strong indication that you're leaning on that insulin resistant side, which means that cells are not going to be as responsive to insulin, and you're not going to process glucose as effectively. So when you're not processing glucose very well, you're not going to create as much CO2 and help acidify the blood out and balance things out. So correcting that insulin resistance can be a big deal, and you might need to reduce the amount of carbs or cycle carbs in just specific times of the day so that insulin has time to come down and your cells to become more responsive to that. Now, another option is that maybe you're doing a keto diet or a very low carb diet where you're just not consuming any carbohydrates. And over time, sometimes it's months or even years for some folks, this can cause a person's blood to lean too far on that alkaline side. So if you're doing that and your blood is leaning too alkaline, then you might need to start cycling in some carbs. Either cycle it in specific meals or on specific days, but you want to find a way to get some more carbs in there so that you can raise those CO2 levels and help balance out that bloodstream. Now, you're going to hear a lot of people saying, oh, you can do keto forever, but the reality is that there is no diet that is right for every person, and a lot of diets can create trouble over time. So you really want to look at your bio-individuality and listen to what your body chemistry is saying. Listen to your body instead of the cool kids. You don't want to just do what the cool kids say because it's working for the cool kids. You want to do what works for you. Now, if you have a hard time getting your breath rate up, or maybe the carbonated water is not enough for you, or you really don't want to stop doing keto, you really like that lifestyle, you want to continue that pattern, then you might need to get help from a health coach, because there's some advanced supplements that are only available through a health professional that can help speed this process up, that can help acidify that blood a little bit faster, that will allow you to do some of these things that are maybe making things worse. Maybe this diet is making things worse, but you want to continue it, so then you need to take some steps with some advanced supplements. But keep in mind that breath rate will not change in a week. It's a little bit of a slower process, and it might take some people a few months to really get their breath rate up and to help the body utilize oxygen the correct way. So be patient with this one. It's not one that's going to change by Thursday. So the second underlying cause we want to look at fixing is low mineral and nutrient levels. And so if your blood pressure, the systolic number, was lower than 112, that's a really strong indication that mineral levels are really low in the system. And this is almost always the case due to digestive malfunctions. So if you're dealing with any digestive symptoms at all, like burping or bloating or acid reflux or constipation or diarrhea or nausea or even just like skin or acne issues, maybe you just kind of feel like your food sits there in your stomach like a rock for a few hours and doesn't really digest correctly. Any of those things are really strong signs that there are digestive malfunctions. And when you're not breaking down your food correctly, you can't pull all the minerals and nutrients out of that food. So that's the most common cause when someone is not getting the minerals in the system that they need for the body to operate correctly. So we really want to fix any digestive malfunctions. And my book, Kick Your Fat in the Nuts, walks you through how to look at your digestion and see if there's anything that may not be working correctly. And if so, steps you can take to fix those. And you can get the book on Amazon, but I'm going to put a link in the description below this video where you can get the whole thing totally for free. And that'll walk you through those steps to help you understand how to fix any digestive problems. And if you hate to read, we also have a totally free digestion course with videos that kind of walks you through those same steps, and we'll put the link to that free course below. But fixing digestion will be the priority, but you can also supplement with minerals, and you can do things like use a high quality sea salt or take some mineral supplements to lift those mineral levels. And we'll put a link in the description below this video for our video on how to lift your mineral levels, and that'll give you a lot of steps that you can take there that'll help you get those mineral levels up. Now the third underlying cause we want to look at improving is the lactic acidosis, or the high levels of lactic acid in the system that are creating the anxiety. Now remember that this is most often caused by an overly anabolic imbalance. So you really want to see first, am I leaning too far on this anabolic side? And that book that I told you how to get for free will walk you through how to do simple self-tests at home that you can use with tools you can pick up at a pharmacy or a health food store. So these are easy to do and anybody can do these. And one of those tests is urine and saliva pH. And when we see those pHs close together, like maybe the urine is 6.3 and the saliva is 6.5, when those are close together like that, that's a possible marker for an overly anabolic imbalance. So those are one of those things that you can just kind of watch and see, am I taking steps to correct this, and am I moving in the right direction? And you can work with your body instead of against it. So if you do see that you're leaning too far on this anabolic side, we want to take steps that can push you out of that imbalance. One step you can take is like eating hard-cooked eggs in the morning, like scrambled eggs or hard-boiled eggs. Now runny eggs, like sunny side up kind of egg kind of thing, where the yolk is still runny, can often be pro-anabolic. So we want to make sure the egg is cooked hard, and that'll help us push out of that anabolic imbalance. Another food is like omega-3s, or like salmon, fatty fish like that have a lot of omega-3s, and omega-3s are very pro-catabolic, and they can help a person kind of push out of this anabolic imbalance. Just keep in mind that I'm not a fan of somebody using these long term, like most people are. A lot of people say, oh, take all the omega-3s all day forever because they're anti-inflammatory. The problem is that they can make a person more insulin resistant. So if you're using these for a long time, then you could push yourself insulin resistant, and now you could deal with that issue that we talked about at the beginning, where you don't have the right oxygen utilization issues because you're not processing glucose correctly. You could have anxiety for a totally different reason. So you want to watch your body chemistry, and using those things is fine and can be beneficial while you're trying to correct a severe anabolic imbalance. But once you correct that, then reduce that. Don't keep using that all the time every day. Maybe you just use those on occasion to keep yourself in a good balanced state. If you need more help on that, we have a video that we'll put below for who should stop taking omega-3s that'll help you understand how to gauge that a little bit better. And remember that this is also why we hear about so many people benefiting with their anxiety from taking magnesium. Magnesium is the most pro-catabolic mineral out there for the most part, and if a person takes magnesium in the morning, it'll help push their body more into that catabolic state during the day when they should be in a catabolic state. Just don't take magnesium at night like so many people suggest. That's a big mistake. We'll put a link on our video on why magnesium for sleep is a mistake. We'll put that link below. I'm giving you a lot of videos to watch, but these things you might want to dig a little bit deeper in to understand them better when you understand that this is the underlying cause for you. So magnesium can be beneficial if you're leaning too anabolic, but if you also have that issue of appearing to have low minerals, then magnesium can be a double whammy good shot because it's not only pushing you less anabolic, it's also lifting your mineral levels. There's other foods and supplements you can use to push yourself less anabolic as well, but they can depend on other imbalances you may be dealing with. So you really want to look at where your body chemistry is before you take some of those steps. And my book will walk you through how to do that, and it lists a lot of other foods that may be options for you as well. Now, the fourth underlying cause we want to look at correcting is the overly sympathetic fight or flight state. So if you looked at your blood pressure and you figured out what the pulse pressure was by subtracting the diastolic number from that top systolic number. If that number was greater than 46, that's a strong sign that you're leaning too far on that sympathetic side, and you want to take steps to improve that issue, or your body's going to stay stuck in this fight or flight, I'm in an emergency state all the time. So the most common issue we want to look at is things that are even stressing out in your life or stressing out your body. So we want to look at what might be stressing out your body. Are resources too low? Is the body stressed because it doesn't have the minerals and resources it needs to function correctly? Do you have some type of infection or digestive overgrowth that might be taking over the system and stressing out the body because there's this invader that's kind of taking over? Is there stress in your life? Is there a way you can reduce that stress and just find a way to simmer down now? That can be a big part of finding a way to help your body stop being in this emergency state. But that's going to be important. What's great is that you can watch your blood pressure so that you can keep an eye on your pulse pressure and see if the steps you're taking are moving you in the right direction. The steps you're taking might work for someone else, but if your numbers are saying it's not working, you need to look into other things and test out other options. Maybe your work is not stressful, but you're watching the news every night. Look into your life and see, are there things that are stressing you out? News is not beneficial. It's not telling you good things that make you feel good and make you feel safe and make you feel secure. It's going to tell you all the horror of each corner of the world that's going on. You don't need to bear all of that weight. So just find ways to reduce the stress in your life while you're looking at, are there other aspects that are stressing your body? So those are the main steps for each of those underlying causes. My book will kind of dig deeper into a lot of those imbalances. If you really need to find out more information, we'll put that link in the description below. But these are great starting places for you. For now, if you are dealing with any of those digestive symptoms, check out our video on understanding digestive trouble so you can dig a little bit deeper into understanding steps you can start taking right away. I can't wait to hear about your results.